When people say, my startup is valued 10 crores, I ask this simple question, says who? Because the startup valuation is different from the person who is evaluating it that. It's not about how much revenue you're making, it's not about how much time or efforts you're making, it's not about how much profits you're making. It's about who is evaluating your startup. So for every investors or someone who is putting money in you, they would evaluate your startup from a different lens, and the valuation would differ from investors to investors. So in this video, we are going to discuss exactly what is startup valuation, how to do a startup valuation. So stay tuned till the end of this video to learn about how do you value your own startup. Let's start with a simple question. Why does startup valuation really matter? It really matters because that is what the percentage of equity you're going to give to the someone who is going to invest money in your company. Let's say your startup is valued at 5 crores and you're raising 1 crore money. So you're going to give 20% of your equity. That's why the valuation of your startups really matters, be it at an early stage or at a later stage when you're raising series B, C, or D. So how is valuation really decided? So there is no standard set of rules on the basis of which the valuation is decided. Usually for a larger set of companies wherein there is a profit, there are revenue, then they can follow a standard set of rules. But for an early stage company, which are making losses or at a very early stage of making revenue, it is difficult to derive a valuation. So investors uses mix of these things. Number one is a market size. How big is the market in which you are operating? Number two, quality of your team. How good is your team with respect to building a product, executing, selling, marketing, and everything? Number three, what is the product or technology in which you are building your startups? Is it quite an exciting space? Is it relating to AI? Is it relating to SaaS, or it's a traditional business model which you are reinventing, which makes really interesting for an investors to invest money? Number four, competition. Is there too much competition in your space? Would you be able to make space for yourself in this highly competitive market? Number five, investors' confidence. Does your startup brings FOMO out of investors? Because higher the FOMO, higher the valuation you can derive for your startup. So investor uses mix of these all terms and terminologies to derive a valuation for your startup. So let's understand with a practical case scenario. Let's say you built a product and you have talked to 200 users who are really loving your product. Now you need 50 lakhs to build a product which is a sellable product. You approach to a lot of investors and one investors agree to invest 50 lakhs in your product at a valuation of 2 crores. So your post-money valuation of your business is 2.5 crores. In this case, the investors is going to take 20% equity in your business. Now 1 year later, you've got 10,000 customers. However, you need additional funding of let's say 2 crores to scale from where you are today to the next stage. And investors agree to invest 2 crores at a valuation of let's say 10 crores, which is a pre-money. Now the post-money valuation comes to 10 crores plus 2 crores, which is 12 crores. So at that stage, you're diluting 16.7%, which is 2 crores divided by 12 crores. That's 16.7% equity, which you're diluting to your new set of investors. Now you see, when you are at an early stage, your dilution was higher with a lesser capital which has been raised as compared to after 1 year when you are at a growth stage. So dilution is really not a bad word which has been used in an industry. It's a good word if you are at a growing stage. Now you understood what are the ways in which the valuation has been done and how it really affects in a real life situation. But to answer the question, how does typically valuation happens? What are the various methods? So there are few four methods which have been typically used. Number one is a comparable method in which the investors analyze a comparable company similar to your industry at a stage you are at it and give a valuation on the basis of that. Number two is revenue multiple. If you're making a certain amount of revenue, this method gets applicable to you. Investor sees what is your revenue and apply let's say 4x, 5x or 10x according to your industry, a multiple which gives a valuation to your company. The third valuation is discounted cash flow method. This is generally applicable for a later stage or a high growth companies wherein there is a certain profits, there are certain growth, revenue as well. That's where the valuation is decided on the basis of future cash flow discounted to today. That's the valuation, how it's been decided. Number four is a scorecard method. It's basically investors gives the scores to a lot of different topics, maybe your team, product, market, and all that criteria. And that's how the valuation has been decided on the basis of scorecard method. So investors may use one valuation method or a mix of valuation method to derive at that valuation for your company. Now, my ask is who controls the valuation? Startup founders think that we control the valuation. Investors think that we control the valuation. But ultimately, the valuation is controlled by the market. Because if your startup is very hot and there are a lot of investors who are willing to invest, you can command a valuation. And if your startup is not really hot and no one wants to invest, even raising 1 crore would be a big challenge for you. So market is someone who is deriving a valuation for you. So the conclusion from this video is you should understand what is your worth. You have to be realistic. Number two, you need to understand what are the ways in which investors values your company. Number three, you need to get a mentors, advisors, or a consultant who can help you during your investment journey. If you like this video, share it with someone who may need it. And if you need any hand holding in a fundraising journey, our team at Jordan Sky can support you and help you out with end-to-end fundraising journey, right from finding an investors to closing the term sheets and agreements as well. Until then, see you in the next video.